Hey guys, welcome to Influencing Artists. In this video, I'm going to interview Greensboro artist Jeff Beck. In this video, we're going to talk about Jeff's life in the art world today, and we're also going to feature a discussion about the importance of marketing your artwork. All this and more coming right up. If you like watching videos about artists, art techniques, and art business, go ahead and click subscribe now so you don't miss any of our future videos. Enjoy! Hey guys, welcome to Influencing Artists. I'm here with my good friend and fellow artist, Jeff Beck. He's another artist here in Greensboro, North Carolina. So Jeff, welcome. Thank you for joining me today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
I want to talk about marketing your artwork and the importance of that, and we're also going to learn more about you and I guess what you do and what you've done and what you enjoy doing and what you don't enjoy doing, that sort of thing.
All the fun stuff, yeah.
So where are you from?
I was born in High Point, and then kind of grew up in Thomasville for most of my life. Thomasville/Lexington. Went to high school at Central Davidson in Lexington, graduated from there. Then after that, kind of made my way back to High Point, lived there for about 8 years, and that's where I first started getting back into art again. Yeah, college, I went to college at Guilford Tech and graduated with a graphic design degree back in 2003. Then eventually ended up in Greensboro. So I've been here for about 5 to 6 years. Yeah, I mean, I really kind of got into the art scene here in Greensboro. It's just a bigger city, of course, than Thomasville or Lexington. You're really limited on what you can do in those smaller towns like that. So Greensboro, I thought, was the perfect kind of local city to start doing some art in.
So, what are some of the fun projects that you've done in Greensboro that you like to remember?
I kind of created this group called Piedmont Artists United, and it was a way for just local artists to have a place to meet up and talk about things, and if we wanted to collaborate on groups and events and things like that. It seems like a lot of creativity happens when you're around like-minded people.
Right, yeah. So recently, in asking you to send me some pictures of your artwork, I went through there and I realized that you painted a mural that's right down the street from where I live, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool project. It was really my first big scale mural here in Greensboro. I worked with the Greensboro Mural project on that project. It was a community project where they talked to people about the local transit here, and they surveyed a lot of people and asked if you could go anywhere on a bus, where would you go? And I was reading through all the answers, trying to get a theme for the mural, and then it just kind of hit me where I thought it would be better to just leave it open-ended, like not pick one person's destination, because then it could appeal to more people. So it's just titled "If You Could Go Anywhere."
Right.
And I did the little creatures that I really like doing. Yeah, it was one of my first murals and kind of introduction into that whole scene here in Greensboro.
Really cool. All right, so Jeff, when you moved to Greensboro, how did you start marketing your artwork and promoting yourself as an artist?
I guess the big thing, social media, of course. Just going on there, posting pictures of stuff I finished, but more importantly, things that I was working on, like in progress shots, which I saw that a lot of people really liked to do, is just see how the process works more so than a finished product. So it was all about trying to include my steps from start to finish, just posting on social media, pumping as much stuff out there, showing people what I was working on, trying to get people excited in what I was doing. I did some pop-up events too, some pop-up art shows. Like I found some abandoned warehouses and did some pop-up shows there, and just trying to promote myself in kind of the weirdest way possible, or the most non-conventional way possible. I thought was a really good thing to do as well. I run a couple of galleries here in Greensboro as well, and the biggest thing was artists they focus so much on their paintings or their sculptures, just getting that stuff done, that they kind of forget about marketing artists, because a gallery, especially local galleries here, they're going to promote the show as much as they can, but you as an artist have your fan base, your friends, your family, and it's kind of up to you as well to promote whatever event you're doing, whatever gallery show you have. Treat it as a business. If that's what you want to do as a career, then it definitely is a business that you have to promote. Yeah, I mean, YouTube was my friend for a long time. Just researching stuff, checking stuff out for myself, because nobody's going to promote you better than you. So I did the footwork as far as just looking at things, looking at how other successful artists promoted themselves, and tried to do my own thing, but also kind of build that framework that other successful artists have done. I kind of actually started at Common Grounds in Lindley Park. Was a coffee shop. I knew the owner, and we sat down and talked. He had space in the back of his shop, and for the longest time I wanted to just get out there and do something. So we discussed and ended up opening an art gallery slash shop. I mainly had like vinyl toys, like Kid Robot, that kind of thing, but it was mainly a place for local artists that kind of had the same interest or the same style, like lowbrow art, for lack of a better term, because I knew there wasn't a lot of galleries around that showed that type of artwork, so I wanted to give the local art community a place to showcase their work. That was where I kind of started growing my interest in art-based events and just doing a lot more stuff with the community. And a little after that, I actually opened up Urban Grinders. We're there for about 2 years downtown. We had a lot of art shows there because we had an upstairs that I dedicated just as a gallery space. We ended up kind of just out of the blue started having events there, like music there as well, and kind of had a really cool hip-hop scene going there for a while. Small businesses that eventually had to close downtown, but we did come here to Revolution Mill for a little while. I was here for about 6 to 8 months. I kind of turned the shop over to some people that we were working with, and they've kind of taken it over from there. So kind of got out of that as far as like the whole brick and mortar kind of business thing, but it was really fun. We created a really cool art community. We had some really fun projects and events that I thought was really cool.
And we're actually sitting right here in front of one of Jeff's murals that he did inside of here. Was it just your idea?
Yeah, I mean, bringing the shop here to Revolution Mill, a big part of that was talking to them about doing art here, because they really wanted a lot of like cool art projects and events going on here as well, like we were doing downtown. So anywhere in here I saw a blank wall, I always came to them and was like, hey, can we paint this? And this was kind of the first one that they let me do, and I filled paint in like the pump sprayers and kind of just chose the colors to kind of fit with the atmosphere here, and just went to town spraying. I don't think I'll ever do it again inside because it was a huge mess. We had to tarp everything and make sure that no paint splattered anywhere.
That's difficult.
So it was challenging, but it was fun to just really just basically throw paint on a wall.
All right, so you helped create something called the No Blank Walls Project here in Greensboro. Can you tell me what that was about?
Yeah, I worked with Ryan Saunders on the project. We had collaborated on some different events before, many years ago, back in High Point is when we kind of first met up, and done events here and there, and we both kind of came together again a few years ago when I had Urban Grinders downtown, and we kind of expressed our love and admiration for street art and things like that. So we took a trip to Richmond, which they have a huge Richmond mural project there in Richmond, where they get something like 10 to 12 artists for 2 weeks every year to just come in and cover the place in street art. And we kind of visited there, talked to the people that ran that, talked to some of the artists, and tried to devise a plan on what we could do on a smaller scale here to kind of start out with. So we started going to different entities here in Greensboro, like DGI, Downtown Greensboro Incorporated, and DRA, Downtown Resident Association, I believe. And just kind of gave them our plan, and it was good to see that they were really for it as well. They wanted to see art and wanted to see street art and stuff like that come to Greensboro. So we worked with them and the CVA to kind of start getting grants to do these bigger scale projects. We ended up doing 6 or 7 large scale murals kind of there at the beginning. We had some national and international artists from around the world come and paint, and we also worked with local artists as well.
Cool. I guess the biggest question that I'm going to ask every artist that comes on my channel is, what inspires you?
I guess the earliest art I remember working on, my dad, my cousin, and my uncle, they were all 3 really good artists, so I kind of grew up around watching them. But the biggest thing I can remember is sitting at my grandparents' kitchen table and kind of stealing my cousin's flash tattoo books and just kind of sitting there flipping through those and drawing, some of the flash tattoo that I saw in there. And my grandparents weren't too happy that I was drawing like skulls and snakes and all that kind of stuff, but to me it was just art. I didn't really think of it as anything else. And I'm a huge 80s fan, and like early 90s, that was kind of like the meat of my youth. So that's everything that I remember from that era. Just
cartoon styles and things.
Cartoon, like Saturday morning cartoons, like toys, stuff like that. I've even got my He-Man tattoo, and so now, a lot of stuff I've been doing since I've started art had kind of an 80s influence as far as like color, some of the style from the 80s, but anything 80s and early 90s is really a big, inspiration for me. And then music is another thing. Like I have to have music when I'm working, and anything from hard rock to rap. I don't really discriminate, except for country. I don't really listen to country. Sorry, country fans, but yeah.
Just not a fan.
2018 was kind of a transition period. I kind of backed away for a little while just for various personal reasons, but 2019 I really want to get back into art again. I want to not really reinvent myself, but just kind of realign myself. From there, I really want to kind of get back to the more 80s style. I really like the creature things, and I've got a few projects lined up so far, none that are like 100% yet, so I don't really want to jinx it by talking about it yet. A big goal for me this year is to go to Art Basel in Miami.
That would be sweet.
It would be awesome to just go and look, but my goal is to really just go down there and paint a wall somewhere.
Oh, that would be cool.
That's my big goal for this year. So that's December. So I've really got a whole year to make that to kind of make that happen.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jeff, for hanging out with us today.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah,
and listening
absolutely.
To stuff.
Absolutely. Hopefully we can hang out some other time and work on some spray painting stuff, since I'm trying to dive into that.
There's a big wall in High Point that I think we could just go.
Cool.
Knock some stuff out.
Stay tuned for that.
Awesome.
And I wish you the best of luck in all of your stuff to come this year.
Thank you, and good luck on this channel. It's awesome so far.
Yeah. Thank you so much again for watching. Until next time, remember to stay peaceful, as a calm mind is a creative mind. Now go get inspired, be an influence, and make something beautiful today.